Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for yet another Disgaearpg video. On today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I get reasonably a lot. I've had it in different places. I've had it on Facebook, I've had it on Discord, I've had it on Reddit, and as well as comments and videos. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my biggest regrets in Disgaearpg. Now, I want this video to be a bit interactive. As interactive as it can be. I'd like to know in the comments down below things that you regret. I know I'm going to get the meme answer of starting the game in the first place and all this kind of stuff, right? But I'm talking about more serious things, about choices that you've made in the game, okay? Now, a lot of this is going to be personal to me. This is the regrets that I have, but it's not regrets that I'm dwelling on. It's just things that, looking back, I wish I hadn't done, okay? So the first one, the biggest one for me is being a collector. Unfortunately, I started this trend where I got really lucky early on and I got a lot of the units. And then it became a bit of a compulsion for me where I felt I had to have all the units, and now I'm always waiting on the new unit. And I've developed what I like to call Pokemon syndrome, where I now feel like I have to catch them all. So even if I don't rate a unit, you'll see I put up a video and I might say I don't think that unit's worth summoning for. And then you'll see me putting out a video summoning for that unit. And it's because I have just put myself into that content creator curse of I now need to have that unit. Whether I'll use the unit or not, I don't know. But it's just a compulsion that I now have. Speaking of a good friend of mine, Gacha, he did not have this compulsion. He didn't care. If he got the unit he wanted, brilliant. If he didn't get the side unit, he didn't care. I could not take that approach. He used to laugh at me about it, and it started very early on, and I'm stuck in a rut now where I just feel that I need to get every new unit. It's going to become a bit difficult down the line because just trying to do anything with these units is going to be fairly difficult, and obviously keeping up with it and other means is going to be quite difficult as well. But my first biggest regret in Disgaearpg is getting the Pokemon syndrome, as I want to call it. My second biggest regret is wasting so many resources on units that are just not good. I mean, I've wasted resources on the likes of Adele, Mal. I mean, to a certain extent, I've got Axel. Just a lot of these characters I'm just never going to use. I mean, as a box collector, yes, have them in your box, by all means, lock them up, leave them sitting there, but why I'm putting any investment into them, why I'm leveling them, I do not know. I don't know. So I do have a bit of a regret for the amount I've wasted on some of these characters, like actually leveling them, trying to put some work in on them and stuff like that. The other regret that I've got, I suppose this one's affected a lot by foresight, okay, and us not having the foresight. Now, obviously, we always knew that weapons were going to be something that would be increased over time, okay? I mean, you've got weapons like the Bow Sword, okay? The Bow Sword is rarity 40, and it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage, okay? Now, in late game content, that can be handy for like beating high level bosses and stuff if you need to eke out that little bit more damage on your account and stuff like that. But I have a video on my channel, and honestly, this video doesn't even do justice to what actually happened. When this game was kind of early doors, I spent days upon days upon days upon days. Now that video only shows you 4 or 5 days, but it was longer than that, okay? But I spent days trying to chase a sword, okay? And I got to the point of frustration, anger. I was hating the game because I was trying to chase this sword, and I got the sword. I got the sword, and I was absolutely elated. And then 5 minutes later, I realised that that sword was basically crap because the next level of sword was so much better. So the biggest regret I've got just now actually revolves around about weapons, and it's not really that one incident. It's more when I spent days upon days grinding to try and get rarity 35 legendary weapons, okay? Because I knew then that when we reached rarity 40, which we didn't know how quickly that was going to happen. I don't think any of us expected it to happen after 6 months. Most of us expected it after about a year, okay? But I knew all of those weapons that I had got that were rarity 35 legendaries. I knew they were going to be outclassed. I knew that they were going to be outranked by commons. I knew that common drops were going to beat them, okay? Now I don't think I've got many of them left, to be honest, because I mainly got, I mainly got armour. But I'm going to try and find one just now to show you what I'm talking about. So if we change that to defense, there we go. I should find the thing that people love to say, the cum shields, okay? So if we look at the cum shield, it's leveled to level 100, it's maxed. Okay, this is a maxed shield, okay? You can see there it's got 300,000 defense. Let's go and find the equivalent of a cum shield, which is, these days, it's a hair karma. So let's go and find a hair karma that I've done nothing to. Dun, 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 dun. Hercules armor. Right, I need one that I've done nothing to. There you go. I mean, look at the difference in stats. I mean, that's common. So that other one I showed you was leveled all the way to level 100. So maxed out as far as it can go. This one is base. This is just what it drops as. So I knew back then that spending all that time grinding was a waste of time because it was just going to be vastly outclassed by these new weapons. And yes, as you can see, I spent a lot of time grinding in the item world during the item upgrade and it treated me lovely. Lots and lots and lots and lots of hair karmas. But yes, that was something that I really, really regret. And to be honest, if you're someone who's new watching this video, do not spend your time grinding weapons below rarity 40, okay? Now, I can understand you wanting to get one weapon for each character, that's fine. But do not chase legendaries, do not chase rares until you reach rarity 40. You are just wasting your time, okay? So even if you're low level and you think, you know what, if I got a legendary 35 sword, it would be great. Do not waste your time. You will be able to beat the content you're trying to beat using buffs, using better synergy, using a better friend lead. Do all of that. Do not sit and waste your time in the item world below rarity 40, okay? So what you want to do is get a rarity 30, move it up to 31, 32, do that all the way until you get to 40, and then spend your time in 40 grinding. That is the one and only place now that you should spend your time. Now again, I knew back then I was wasting my time. I wish I had known they were going to do it after 6 months, because if I had, I most certainly would not have wasted my time grinding the way that I did. Other than that, I don't really have any other regrets about Disgaearpg, so hopefully I don't get asked that question again. I enjoy making content for the game, I enjoy playing the game, I enjoy grinding, I enjoy trying new things. It's just a fun game, and I mean, I've got a JP account. I regret a lot more on my JP account, not going to go into that, but I've got massive regrets on my JP account. In some regards, I regret even starting JP. I started JP as a means to get characters, basically get characters so that I could record their super attacks and show you guys their super attack animations on global. That was it. That was literally the reason behind starting my JP account, and I now summon every banner over there as well because I've got it into my head that I need to get this unit, because if I don't have this unit, I can't show you guys the unit when it comes to the global showcases, and that's going to make those videos not as good for you guys. So I feel that I've kind of trapped myself in a box, and I do regret that about JP. I will say that. That is probably my biggest regret in all of Disgaearpg across both versions, but that's probably about it. Other than that, let me know what you think down below. What has been your biggest regrets? What's been the things that you've maybe, missteps that you've maybe made in game that you wish you hadn't made? As always, dudes, this has just been a wee kind of fun diversion video, really. I'm Hayzink. If you haven't already, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I really want you to comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, dudes. Peace.